Joe Knows South Lake would like to thank the following sponsors. My name is Joe. 20 years ago, my wife and I moved to Lake County with our 4 young children and settled down. In that time, we've worked, worshiped, played, and raised our family. Today, I've met the people and discovered the businesses and organizations that make up a vibrant, dynamic community. Join us as we share with you what makes South Lake great. I'm Joe, and Joe Knows South Lake. Hey, welcome, and happy South Lake Day. Look, once again, we are obviously not in our studio. I want to say thank you to Kerry and Amber. This is Kerry Cookson and Amber Solar, right? I said it, right? Okay, Amber Solar of Yoga 6 Studio. Yoga 6 is a new yoga studio in the area. It's a great new business. I met them at a chamber function, and actually, I've had a conversation with Kerry, and it turns out we actually went to the same college in New Hampshire at the same time.
That's right.
And never knew each other. Now, we may or may not have bumped into each other at a cake party or two, but we can't remember it. So
that's right.
It's a small world. We're really happy to be here. Obviously, this is Amber, this is Kerry, okay? Kerry is the owner, Amber is the assistant GM, and probably the head instructor if I take anything by the way you're dressed, you know. Kerry just likes to look good. Amber, she gets to actually work. You know, guys, you are one of the perfect examples of why we started the South Lake Biz segment. We wanted to be able to get out in the community and cover some businesses that probably are done better than having just a couple of talking heads in the studio. Now, when we wrap this up today, we are going to film Amber trying to lead me through some yoga positions, so stick around because this may get very funny. Be gentle with me, okay? Kerry, tell us a little bit about your background. I mean, how did you get here? Where are you from?
Sure. Originally from Maine. My parents are still there. My sister, oldest sister, is in Connecticut. As you know, went to Plymouth State College, went back to Maine, ended up joining the utility company in Maine, and then went from there to a financial firm out of New York. Started living in New York for a while, worked for that company for over 20 years, and decided that after working that many years in corporate America, that I really wanted to do something more for me and put all my, bets, if you will, on me and not corporate America. So I decided always wanted to get into the fitness world. I've been in fitness my whole life. So I kept looking at different fitness concepts, and it led me right here to Yoga 6. It's a great, really something that you can give back to the community. It's something that I feel anybody from 15 years old to 95 years old can do.
Well, we're going to get into that in a minute, okay? What about you, Amber? How did you become a yoga instructor? Have you always been here in Lake County?
No, I'm an Army brat, so I've lived in a lot of different places, and I'm also married to a contract worker, so we've moved around quite a bit as well. Came to Clermont about 5 years ago from Orlando, which Clermont was just more of the small town feel that we wanted. I have been teaching group fitness, yoga, Pilates, cycling, personal training, any of that stuff since I was 18. And when I was a poor little college student, I needed a free gym membership. And so being an instructor was the best way to get that and to stay fit and active. I was a gymnast as a child, and so health was always important to me. And I never looked back.
What attracted you to Yoga 6? Because it's not necessarily a big chain. It's a new franchise, right?
That's correct.
And so tell us about that.
Yeah, the real attraction to Yoga 6 is their parent company, Exponential Fitness. Now they have 7 different concepts under them. And when you're going in looking at franchises, obviously people that look at franchises is looking for a head start in business. Somebody that in lack of better terms, has the secret sauce. And so not only did you get that going into a franchise, but you also have the power of a bigger company behind them that have already done this with other concepts. So that kind of put Yoga 6 over the top for me.
Well, you were telling me yesterday, tell me that thing you told me about how they felt about the communities they were in.
Yeah, you know, the biggest thing about them is that it's really something that's empowering and fun, and they want to be a real part of the community, and that drew me to them as well. I want my studio to be a place where students can come, obviously enjoy their practice, and feel right at home.
Let's talk about your facility a little bit. I see a little bit of retail here, and tell us a little bit about what you're selling. Is this just is this going to be it? Do you hope to expand this a little bit? What kind of stuff is over there? And I'm sure we'll catch a view of that.
Yeah, go ahead, Amber.
So we have basic yoga. We've got sports bras, crop tops, full-length tops, as well as some sweatshirts, any length of pant that you like, and it's just really a small sampling. That's not really our main goal here, but we want to offer clothing that is comfortable to practice in and practical, and that has our logo on it, because we want people to see who we are.
So you have some retail, but it's more an idea of convenience. Certainly people don't have to spend that money here.
They don't, but we want to offer it to them if they need it. Maybe they came from work and they didn't pack their bag that morning and they need to grab something. I've done it before myself.
What kind of yoga is taught here?
We are a vinyasa-based studio, so that means that we move through a flow rather than just holding a set sequence of postures for the entire
Okay,
time.
you're talking to a jarhead, thick skull bones. Break that down for me a little bit.
Vinyasa just means we move. It's movement-based yoga. Think of it like kinetic energy. There's always going to be movement happening. And you may hold a posture for a certain number of breaths, but the whole class is sort of like a dance, and you choreograph it from beginning to end.
Oh, so choreograph from beginning to end. I like that. Now, I've heard a lot about hot yoga and sweaty yoga, and frankly, all of it looks painful to me. So are you guys a hot yoga? What's the difference between hot yoga and cold yoga?
We are a warm to hot yoga studio, which simply means the temperature of the room. And that allows your muscles, your connective tissues, your tendons, your ligaments to open up more freely so that you can find flexibility that you didn't know that you had. People often associate hot yoga with Bikram. We are not a Bikram studio. So there's all sorts of different
And what
hot
does
yogas.
Bikram mean? Is that?
That's a set sequence of postures that he has actually copyrighted, and it's a series of 36 postures done in the same order every single time. It's very militant, not at all what we offer here.
If you were to boil your purpose down into a couple of words, what would it be?
Movement, purpose, strength, flexibility, calm.
So making yourself better through better fitness, correct?
Yes.
Now, any kind of place you open like this, Kerry, comes with it a culture, and we discussed a bad experience I had in a gym once after attending for a long time, not really feeling like I was part, because I wasn't your typical 30-year-old guy with the boulder shoulders and, the neck that you could hang, a tow cable on, and after having been there for a year, and that left a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't last long. So let's talk a little bit about culture. What are you hoping to create here? Obviously you're not going to turn anybody away, but give us an idea of what the culture you're hoping for is.
Sure. I think the first and foremost is that I want to create a culture that is open to everybody. One that, from any age limit, again, like I said before, somebody 15 years old to somebody that's 95 years old that can do that, but also come here and feel comfortable. I instruct my staff that, you get to know each and every member. Everybody is equal here. Everybody is important here.
Okay, so I'm me, 57 years old, 300 plus pounds, and something like yoga is very scary to me. Again, I've looked at gyms and walked in and gone, nope, I'm not going to be welcome here, or this is not for me. The whole meathead concept. How do people know that they can that they can be comfortable doing it, that they are at a level. Can you do this? Do you have to do something else? Is there should I lose 40 pounds first before I, jump in? Or tell us how your fitness level would affect your ability to do it.
Anyone, all fitness levels can join. We have props that can assist people. We have blocks, we have bolsters. So if they can't get their knee to the floor, for example, they could come onto a bolster or a block for some support. Relatedly, if they couldn't get their arm all the way down, they can raise the floor closer to them so they have a little more range of motion and flexibility. Definitely fitness level will probably affect their breath in a more vigorous heated class, so they might want to start with Y6 101 or Y6 slow flow.
Do you sit down with somebody the first time and give them an idea of what classes they might be more comfortable in?
Yes, our wellness advisors, that's their main role, is when someone comes in, really finding out what the meat of the problem is. What do they want to come here for? Is it for relaxation? Is it health? Is it mental health, physical health? And they try to guide them based on those questions into the right class for their experience.
Now, I know you operate on a monthly membership. Do you have group classes and private classes? How does the membership work?
So the membership works basically as you mentioned, a monthly membership. It's a fee based off how many times that they want to come in a month. So we don't have any administration fees, any sign-up fees. We don't have any cancellation fees either. The only thing that we do require, because we have no cash. It's all credit card or debit cards. So the only thing we do require is a 15-day notice to cancel a membership if that's something that you decide to do.
Let's say somebody has decided, okay, I want to give this a try, but I'm not sure I want to drop any money to test it out because it's yoga. And when I look on YouTube, that's scary. Right? Is there a way that they can try it? What is your system for that?
So they can come in and try a free class. So that's available to everybody.
Free is good.
Free is good. So it gives them an idea about the studio, if this is a place for them, do they like the classes. We have 6 different types of classes, so they can try those classes and determine if they want to join up as a member.
Now, I know you have a pretty aggressive referral program as well.
Absolutely.
So if I join and I bring a couple of my friends, I get a percentage or a dollar off of one of my month's memberships, and if I bring in 10 friends, I get like a year's membership for free. Is that correct?
That is correct.
See, that'd motivate me.
Right.
Because and it sounds like though that's part of you trying to build the culture.
Absolutely.
Because people that are working out with friends are more likely to work out, right?
Exactly, absolutely, and that's why that referral program got put in place.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not sure I can put this off anymore, and so instead of inventing any more questions, I think that we're going to, I'm going to change, and then we're going to start doing some yoga. So let's get her done.
Yoga is for anyone. We have these, you can stay where you are, we have these props to help people either bring the earth closer to them or, just extend their flexibility. They're blocks, that's all they are. And then this little apparatus that I'm sitting on is a bolster, it's a cushion. It just makes it easier for people to get in and out of certain moves, okay? You are all ready to start. So in yoga, we try to marry our breath to our movement. So we want you to inhale and exhale through your nose. This is a variation on child's pose. What we'll do is just move our blocks to the side. I will, yep. So your breath. Can you hear that whisper? So for lack of a better word, it's like you're gonna clear your throat or hock a loogie, but you don't do that. Very good. Shift your chest forward, come up onto all fours, take your bolster, move it to the side. You can get your blocks close to the front. Knees under hips. spread your fingers really wide and plant down with your entire palm. You have a neutral spine, so we're not here and we're not here just yet. Nice and neutral. Inhale, hammock your belly, create a little slouch in your back, pull your shoulders long, open your throat. This is called cow. Exhale, tuck, arch, round, tuck your chin to chest, pull everything in, stretch your shoulders, and we marry this to our breath. Inhale. Now, bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees and roll up one vertebra at a time. Can you lift your chest? Come on up, there you go. Head, neck, and shoulders stack last. Inhale, lift arms. Exhale, they meet and they move down your heart space. They sweep all the way down. This is mountain pose. Lifted chest, chin tucked in, hips tucking in. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, just give me a simple, gentle twist. Beautiful. One more breath in. Exhale, return. So your front knee is out, you stay put. I'm going to move just to check your alignment. Beautiful. Absolutely perfect. So inhale, length. Exhale, reach your arm forward, put your hand on your thigh. Sweep the other arm overhead. This is extended side angle. A cold towel.
Cold, wet towel. You did a great job, really.
That was amazing. Lavender. For the cooler classes are lavender, and the warmer classes are sweet orange oil. Joe, you did amazing.
It does, and you know, part of the appeal is the hard thing for a guy like me. I was a runner, I was a marathon runner, and you get a couple of injuries, and I got an illness. And so there's a lot of things I can't do, but I'm really generating the same heart rate. I'm putting some sweat off. I feel like I just finished jogging for 1.5 miles or 2 miles, right, but I don't feel the same pressure and soreness in my ankles and my knees. Doesn't mean I don't want to get back to running, but I'm starting to see something like this. Might be a great way for those of you that were an athlete once, you'd like to get back to it, you're looking for an intermediate place to start. I've tried walking, I can't seem to get my heart rate up. I can really see why people get hooked on this. Hey look, if you guys know of anybody who should be a guest on Joe Knows South Lake, or you know of a good business that would make a good spot for, come on in. You know somebody would make a good spot for South Lake Biz, please reach out to me. The information is probably up on the screen by now. Also, you should be branding your business on South Lake TV. No other place in this area is going to directly brand your business onto the residents of South Lake County. And finally, there is greatness inside you. And like Amber and Kerry are using their greatness to bring the greatness out of others. They tried to bring some greatness out of me today. But as they are bringing greatness out of others, I dare you, bring the greatness out of somebody else. You'll never go wrong. You won't regret it. You may change your life and thereby change the world. I will see you later, and I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
My name is Joe. 20 years ago, my wife and I moved to Lake County with our 4 young children and settled down. In that time, we've worked, worshiped, played, and raised our family. Today, I've met the people and discovered the businesses and organizations that make up a vibrant, dynamic community. Join us as we share with you what makes South Lake great. I'm Joe, and Joe knows South Lake. Joe Knows South Lake would like to thank the following sponsors: